Are you considering upgrading your garden setup with a weatherproof TV? Well, this outdoor TV from Sylvox could be the solution for you. Hey guys, Louis from Smart Home Sounds here, and I'm back with some fresh TV content for you all, and this time I'm outside. Now, as somebody who lives in the UK, I've been umming and ahhing about whether an outdoor TV is worth it for me. Now, Sylvox kindly sent me one of their new models over, the Deck Pro 2.0, for me to test out, and so far I've been loving the experience. So I wanted to share some of the key things to note and whether I think it's worth the money. Now, it's worth noting that Sylvox HQ is based over in the US, but they do have a UK website and they're also available on Amazon, and I'll pop the link in the description below if you want to check them out. Now, the brand offer a range of TVs which are fully weatherproof, some designed for partial sun like this one I've got here, and some which are suitable for direct sunlight. This Deck Pro QLED 2.0 is available in a range of sizes from 43-inch to 75-inch, and this is the 55-inch model that I've got here, which is currently available for £2,399 or $2,299. Now, this is the new QLED model, and as you'll see, I've been very impressed with the picture quality. For this model, we're looking at a 4K QLED panel with 1000 nits of brightness, so it's optimized for partial sunlight, but they do offer a 2000 nits model if you want to put the TV in direct sunlight. Now, just a quick note, guys, that the camera is always going to pick up and highlight more reflections on the TV screen in comparison to what I'm actually seeing right here in real life. And whilst they exist, rest assured that they're not distracting when you're actually sitting down outside watching content on the TV. So if we take a closer look at the design, the TV itself has this scratch-resistant aluminium metal frame around it, which feels pretty indestructible. It's also got corrosion-resistant properties to keep it looking good despite being exposed to the elements. I think they state on their website that it can withstand temperatures from -30 degrees all the way up to 50 degrees. I have to say that the bezel is smaller than we thought it would be for this kind of TV. I was expecting something a lot bulkier, but it's more than acceptable. Of course, it's all also completely waterproof with an IP55 rating, which is designed to be used in extreme weather conditions, and I've thoroughly put it to the test and it definitely passed in that area. There are simple controls on the side of the TV here, which is a nice addition, but it also comes with a remote that is fully waterproof, which is great as I've left it on the outside table once or twice. All in all, I think the build quality is good. Another feature that I really like with this TV is its smart functionality. Now, it comes with a Google TV OS, which is the same that you get with newer Sony TVs and is personally my preferred OS. It's super simple to navigate, easy to personalize, and you're not bombarded by a load of ads like you are with some of the other solutions. So here we have all of our apps. So we've got Netflix, Prime, ITVX, My5, Disney+, YouTube, Apple TV, and plenty more. And we also have a wealth of settings to personalize the performance. So I want to quickly show you guys through some of the different settings that we can adjust regarding the picture quality, the screen, and the sound. So I'm going to go into this setting here, and first of all we're going to take a look at some of the picture settings that we can adjust. So first of all, we've got a couple of different picture modes from standard to dynamic, cinema, eco, gentle, vivid, cricket, game, and personal. Now for me, I like to leave it in dynamic. It offers a slightly more contrasty image, the highlights are a little bit brighter, and overall the screen brightness is a little bit more enhanced in comparison to the standard mode. So I'm going to leave it in dynamic for now. Head back out of that one, we've got our wide color gamut option, so we can have that on standard, WCG, or auto. For me personally, I leave that one in auto. And finally, we've got a screen brightness setting that we can adjust from 0 to 100. Obviously, being outdoors and undercover here, I like to leave that on 100. So if we go into the advanced settings, then I can adjust things like the color temperature. So again, along the bottom, we've got a couple of options there. I like to leave that in standard personally. We've got a dynamic contrast slider, so I can turn that on or off. Again, it makes a little bit of a difference, so I like to leave that one turned on. Finally, we've got things like noise reduction and then the ability to reset the picture. So that just about wraps everything up for picture settings. So now let's take a closer look at the sound settings. So first of all, we can change the sound mode. So we've got standard, cinema, music, news, or personal. Now 9 times out of 10, I'll leave this in standard. Obviously, this is just adjusting the speakers on the TV itself, so it's not going to make huge dramatic changes. And to be fair, I have used cinema mode a couple of times when I've been watching some films, but I haven't really noticed a massive difference. So I like to just leave this in standard. If I go back, we've then got the option to toggle Dolby Atmos on or off. I like to leave that toggled on. If I turn it off, I can then adjust the surround mode settings here. But as I said, I like to leave that one turned on. If I click sound only, this will turn the screen off and obviously just play sound. And then finally, in the advanced settings, I've also got a couple of options here. So like dialogue enhancer, audio description, and I can adjust the balance as well. But for the most part, I leave those settings as they are. We also have Bluetooth 5.0, Wi-Fi connectivity of course, AirPlay 2 support and built-in Chromecast. Now I have found that the BBC iPlayer and the iTV app doesn't work for me, but I presume that this is just because I'm in the UK. But I've just been Chromecasting from my phone, which has worked well with no issues. You do also have voice control with Google Assistant on this TV, which I do find myself using a fair amount. So for example, I just press this button here, open Netflix. And there we go. Works really, really quickly and easy and very simple to use. On the back, there are a variety of further connection options, all tucked away under this waterproof panel on the back. So we've got 2 USB slots, an optical out, 3 HDMI ports, a headphone connection, and our power here. So we've got the flexibility to connect to external devices such as a console, a Blu-ray player, or streaming device if you wanted. Now there is a built-in TV tuner, but I don't have a TV point out here, so I'm completely streaming. Now you could, however, get a mobile aerial though, if like me, you don't have an accessible TV point outside and wanted that access. Okay, so how does it actually perform then? Well, as you can see, I've got it slightly undercover here, which helps with the brightness levels, and all in all, I think it gives a really decent picture quality. I've had no issues seeing the screen, even on a sunnier day, and yes, that does happen in England. But if you're thinking of getting one and placing it in slightly more direct sunlight, then I would definitely opt for one of their direct sunlight models, which takes the brightness up to 2000 nits. The viewing angles aren't bad on this TV, though I have got mine on a swivel wall bracket, which is also from Sylvox, which means that I've got more flexibility to get the best view, whether I'm sat on the sofa or stood over by the barbecue. And this bracket in particular has really helped me get the most out of all of my viewing options. Now, if you've checked out our channel before, then you'll know that we review a lot of the top level TVs, from mini LEDs to MLA OLEDs, and naturally, this doesn't quite live up to those, but I've been really happy with the performance. For me, this hasn't been designed for critical viewing, but the colors are still decent, the brightness is definitely better than expected, and the contrast is good. Personally, due to the nature of my job, I thought I would feel like I needed a step up in this department, but having tested it out and taken into context how I watch this TV outside, I've been really happy with what you get from this price point, and the overall experience has definitely overshadowed any technical details. In terms of sound performance, this TV has stereo speakers just under here, but it also offers support for Dolby Atmos to enhance the sound performance. Now, it's not too bad for TV audio, but if you really want to be sure that you're getting a sound performance that matches the visuals, Sylvox offer a compatible soundbar, which is also durable against the elements. Now, personally, I've been using the Bluetooth connectivity to send the audio to my Sonos Move, which has actually worked really well for this setup, and it gives me the flexibility on where I sit whilst watching the TV. So all in all, I think Sylvox have delivered a decent package with this TV. Now, outdoor TVs are notoriously expensive, but I think that this is a good price point for what you get. And yes, this particular model is not the most technically capable, but actually for my use cases, I haven't really found myself wanting for more. Now, while the UK weather has been nice over the summer, it's been really great to sit outside on a Sunday and enjoy the F1 and watch the Olympics after work. It's really nice to make the most of the lighter evenings and nice weather while still being able to enjoy the sport that I love to watch. I think if you're watching this and you live in a climate where the weather is nice a lot of the year and you have the right space, then this is a bit of a no-brainer. Of course, in the UK, while I'm loving it right now, I know I won't be getting a lot of use out of it in the winter, but given just how much I've used it over the summer and that I have a space out here that I really want to make a lot of use out of, I think at this price point, it's definitely worth it for me. But of course, I want to hear from you guys. Are you tempted by an outdoor TV? And do you think that this Deck Pro 2.0 from Sylvox is making it on your shortlist? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch all of you in the next video.